point lead, come back to beat the Atlanta Hawks on a last-second bucket by Ayo Dosunmu, who hits the biggest bucket of his career to get revenge on the team that he went down with his dick contusion against in the Atlanta Hawks. We're going to break it all down, talk to you guys, get excited right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
Listen, the revenge is real. The Chicago Bulls get their victory on a last-second bucket from Ayo Dosunmu. I thought we were going into overtime. The way Ayo Dosunmu got that bucket, got the rebound, and then had presence of mind to put it back up to give the Bulls a chance to win that game and was successful in doing it. Yes, the Bulls looked much worse defensively in the second half of the game. It was not all sunshine and rainbows. And when Alex Caruso went down, the ball movement went down, the defense went down. But listen, we'll worry about that. We got till Friday to figure out what's going on with Alex Caruso. The Bulls get a big, much-needed victory, and it's good to see Ayo Dosunmu also get that bucket. He needed some things to help build his confidence in this game. He hasn't been playing the best as of late, but in this game, stepping up big time. He's 4 for 6 from the field, but all that matters is that last bucket from Ayo Dosunmu and only scored 9 points, was plus 13 in the game. But another story in this that I don't want to overlook, our big three once again played like a big three. Everybody, well, Vooch was close to 50% from the field, but Zach 50%. DeMar over 50% from the field, all over 20 points again. Patrick Williams chipping in 11 points on 11 shots, 8 rebounds from Patrick Williams. But the story of this game is going to be, and what you're going to hear, is Ayo Dosunmu hitting that last-minute shot to secure the victory, getting our payback back after that last-second shot we gave up. Listen, Ayo from Chicago, the story's right itself. I feel good for Ayo, for him to be able to get this bucket. We needed it. We got our revenge against the Atlanta Hawks, and that's what it needed to be. Listen, I get it. This is at the end of the day, it's this. This team gave up a huge lead. Alex Caruso went down. Our defense went down with them. But I love, again, the determination from this team. This team going down as much as, I think, 8 in the fourth quarter, being able to battle back and win to go to 12 and 18 now on the season. The Bulls are 13 now. I think this is our third. Yeah, 13 and 18. We're still 5 games under 500. But again, the Bulls team coming in with a game plan in this one, executing it very well in the first half. They got completely away from it in the third quarter. I want to be clear on that. I don't want to shoot the Bulls any bell. They got completely away from that game plan. They were rushing it. They were pressing. They didn't really seem like they were calm at all. The way that the Bulls were playing in the third quarter, you would have thought they were down by 10 and had a fight to come back, and it wasn't the case. The Bulls they were really pressing things in that third quarter, not taking smart shots, taking shots in the shot clock, things like that. But listen, the Bulls got to win. Zach LaVine hitting 2 big buckets in the fourth quarter as well, smart buckets at that. DeMar DeRozan. And let's also shout out to Billy Donovan for challenging that play. DeMar would have been out he would have been fouled out of the game. Billy Donovan, rightfully so, challenging that play, standing up for his players, getting the right call done, getting that call overturned. If it wasn't for that, I don't know how this game would have looked. Ayo did his goddamn thing in this game, but outside of Ayo as well, let's talk about Andre Drummond. Only 5 points in this game from Drummond. He played 15 minutes, but had 11 rebounds and had a positive plus-minus of plus 15. Ayo Dosunmu, a positive plus-minus of plus 13. Zach LaVine had a negative plus-minus, as well did Vooch. DeRozan had a positive plus-minus of plus 5. But again, this is a game that I do think overall I like some of the things the team did. That third quarter really hurt the team bad. They're going to talk about it. They need to review that. We'll see what's going on. We even got a Dalen Terry signing. Dalen Terry playing 5 minutes in this game, got run, rebound, and 1 foul in that. He had a negative plus-minus, a negative 5. But again, not a huge sample size for Dalen Terry. I do like that they put him in that game, and we may be seeing more of him. If Alex Caruso does go into the concussion protocol, be on the lookout to see Dalen Terry get some minutes, and this may be what Dalen Terry could use to maybe springboard himself to crack that rotation. But that bucket from Ayo was just bananas, man. I don't think I've ever screamed as loud as what I screamed when that bucket went in from Ayo. And then with the replay, to see that he got it off clearly with enough time, a confidence builder from Io for sure. Confidence builder for the team. Again, this team played pretty solidly. Zach LaVine, we're looking at Zach LaVine closely because of the issues with Zach. Played solid defense in this one. Got blown up a few times on defense, but 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. Only 2 turnovers again from Zach LaVine in this game. 1 personal foul. Zach played a pretty good game. I take some problem with some of the way he played down the stretch in the third quarter, but down the stretch in the fourth quarter, he played very well. So did DeMar. The Bulls in this game only shooting 29% from 3, another 50% game overall from the field. They had 20 assists on 43 made baskets. We want to see them go up some. They tied the battle. Only 11 turnovers from the Bulls in this game, whereas the Atlanta Hawks had 15 turnovers. So that's some good things for the Chicago Bulls as well. Man, this, if you're in here, matter of fact, you make sure you guys hit the subscribe button as well. I don't like plugging it, but we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. But goddamn, does it not feel good to see our team get this type of victory? That's what we need to say. We'll take it, right? We'll take it. Not a perfect game by any stretch. Really, the Atlanta Hawks, if it wasn't for the output of Trae Young, especially in that first half, Trae Young, 29 points in the first half, only ends the game with 34 points. So only 5 points scored. He ends up going 9 of 24 from the field, which is not efficient at all. He was getting to the free throw line 9 times in this one. He hit 7 threes. But outside of that, you know, the Bulls allowed some players to really get in this game. Griffin, another big game with 14 points. Bogdanovich with 13 points off the bench. They were the only scorers off the bench for the Atlanta Hawks in this one. But, you know, the Bulls got to tighten some things up defensively for sure. I like the defense they played in that first half. They need to figure out a way to keep up that intensity in the second half. But Lord knows, this was a win that we needed, and I love the way that we won it in. Let's go ahead and get to your guys' comments and see how you guys feel about it. We got a lot of IOs, just IOs in the chat. Get those IOs in the chat, by the way. Jonathan Aegis, who's an OG around here, says, haha, we'll take it. Absolutely, bro. Jonathan Aegis also points out, damn, we missed Caruso on D. Yes, we did. Big time on that one. Payback from Keith Don't Miss. Completely agree with you there, brother. Black Dave. Beat revenge game. Told y'all, hey, listen, I ain't smiled at a Bulls game like this since last season. My boy Io, I can't wait to see how he plays from here. And he may be back in the starting lineup with Caruso. We don't know what's going on with Caruso. Melvin in the building says, bro, I want to cry right now. I feel you, bro. I feel you. PBN Patch in the building, another OG member of the chat, says, I love the payback. Let's fucking go. Absolutely, bro. The real Star Scream also in the chat. We ain't got to talk about that 18-point lead, though. I feel you, bro. I feel you. L, my bro, L is in the building. Says, fantastic 12, very close, but a win. I feel you, bro. Absolutely. IO Goat Sumo. That's hilarious, fam. Incoming IO 30-piece game. Hey, man, from your mouth to God's ears, brother. Sean Garrett says, hit the like button, jerks. Hit the like button. 339 in the chat. Don't know how many likes we got, but I know we can get them up. Bro Haize, when the team piled up on IO, they trapped John Collins. Fuck John Collins. I don't give a damn about John Collins. I wish Trae Young bitch ass was at the bottom of that pile. Fuck that motherfucker too, with his Q-tip ass, hair, no hairline having, well, not hairline, no line and having ass, bro. Come on. We ain't even worried about it. Melvin in the building says, but Billy has to come up with better game-winning plans because everyone knows the ball is going to DeMar DeRozan. Thank God Io was right there because I can tell you if it was overtime, we lose. Well, you can't say that for sure because the Bulls, they played well overall in this game. That third quarter really killed them. At the beginning of the fourth quarter did too. But I can't say if we go to overtime, we for sure lose. It just depends on which Chicago Bulls showed up in overtime. But I feel where you're coming from overall, though, for sure. The defense was atrocious, especially in the second half. Absolutely there, Plant-Based Ministries, which is a weird name. But I feel you. Look how God worked, bro. Io wasn't even supposed to finish this game. Oh, my God, let's fucking go. Drive home safely, Chicago. Beep, motherfucker, beep. Ya dig? I feel you, bro. MC Season, a taste of their own medicine. Revenge games just feel that much better, right? Push Forward TV, Io. Ali Foss, P. Will is trash, though. No, it's not. You're just sticking on the narrative, and that's idiotic. P. Will is not hardly trash. Yeah, it's official. AK won the draft last year. Is this what it takes for you guys to say that? That's crazy. Love the way they won. I was like, I can't take any more losses where we look like we're going to win. Hey, bro, I feel you. PB and Pat, look, listen, people who call Pat trash, I'm convinced they don't understand basketball. Like, just flat out. Like, he played trash possession. The first half of last night's game was absolutely trash. I'm not saying Patrick Williams doesn't have moments and times where he just makes mistakes. He does. But saying he's overall trash, no, you're a fucking idiot at that point. But, it is what it is. The Raptors beat the Knicks. Pascal Siakam dropped 52. That's crazy. Yep, he needs to start. You have to keep giving young guys run. Well, I don't know, because the ball movement is way better with Caruso in the starting lineup. I don't say Io has to start. Now, I will say if Caruso isn't healthy and not able to go, then yes, Io needs to start. Sean Garrett says, hey, next time you're in LA, give your boy a heads up so we can talk Bulls, Bears, and wrestling. Definitely, bro. I'll be back. I don't have a firm date, but I'll definitely be back. My sister's about to have my nephew, so I'm definitely going to be there for that. Shortly after that. I got to see my nephew. Io with the clutch game winner. W Bulls. Please, let's not forget how the half was very bad offensively and defensively. That's from DBD. Absolutely, bro. You can't overlook it. And they need to talk about that. But let them have fun in this win. But in practice, they need to talk about what they need to fix for sure.
Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. I swear to God, my dick isn't hurt. Put me in, coach.
That's throwback. Iowa's balling tonight, though. Iowa's balling. Brandon L. Jet with the super chat. First of all, thanks for supporting the channel at that level, my brother. He said, let's go get that W from the Knicks. C-Red, yes, let's go on a revenge tour. Let's now get our revenge over the Knicks as well. We need that revenge as well. Leonard Thomas, we haven't seen him in a while. What's going on, Leonard? Glad to have you in this mug. Dalen got to play, yeah. Didn't look. The last time Dalen got in the game, he kind of looked a little flustered. He didn't look as flustered in this game. He didn't look great either. But again, it's hard to judge a player based off 5 minutes. So we need to see that a little bit more. Best air ball of DeMar. You know what? DeMar absolutely in the post-game presser to say, no, that was an alley. I was throwing a pass to Io. He should absolutely say that. Big P said, see, look, you got me to say. The Bull says, what up, Haize? I miss these live chats. Haven't been here due to death in the family. Good win tonight. Payback. All it takes is altercation in the locker room. Play through Vooch. I feel you, bro. Feel you. It feels good to get a win, man. It definitely feels good to give a win. James Jones says, hate to stop going to Zach. It went back to DeMar. DeMar almost cost us the game. DeMar is more clutch, but hey, Zach LaVine hit 2 clutch buckets in this fourth quarter, needed ones at that. He's actually what gave the Bulls the lead again. So yeah, we need to stop going to DeMar so much, because at this point, teams know what to expect. He definitely know what to expect. Great win. Listening to you talk about Trae Young's hair for literally 10 minutes was the highlight of my 36 years on earth. For those that weren't there for the halftime hangout, like the last 15 minutes of the halftime hangout was me just clowning on Trae Young and his hair. So, we have fun at the halftime hangouts. The Bulls played good. DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine was focused tonight. Nikola Vucevic played good too. Yeah, he played good. Didn't play great, right? Last game, I would say Vooch played great. This game, not as much. He had some times where Vooch was kind of pressing at times too. Took too many threes, I think, in this game as well. He settled in that. I think he should have taken advantage. I think they should have ran to Vooch more down low. But again, we got the victory. These are things that they definitely need to look at and fix going into the next game. We need that revenge game against the New York Knicks also for sure. Danny P in the building says, that was a good get back. Yes, it was. Damn sure it was. Clap it up. Clap it up. Definitely clap that up. Sammy says, hell of a dub. Definitely agree with you, bro. Definitely agree with you. Brandon L. Jet says 331 in the chat, 70 likes. I'll leave it right there. Hey, listen, get those likes up, bro. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed as well. V-Dog says, do you think this is a wake-up game for Io because he hasn't played well in 2 weeks? It could be, and I hope that it is. I hope that this is something he builds upon Io to get that confidence boost. Sometimes you just need a confidence boost. And Io, keep in mind, Trae Young, 29 points in the first half, only 5 points scored in the second half with Io being back in that starting lineup. That's something to build some confidence off of. Again, hitting the game-winning shot, huge confidence boost. Sometimes with players, it's just needing a confidence boost. So I definitely do think that hopefully this is a boost in his confidence that we then see trickle down and start playing into his game overall for sure. Alex Larez says, we were in a defensive decline once Caruso went out. and blew another sizable lead, but we actually executed down the stretch, did just enough to get over the edge. Agreed. And that's the perfect way to word this. The Bulls did just enough to still win this game, but there were still some signs of some questionable things and some of the Bulls' bad traits rearing their ugly head again. But again, we got the victory. I do want to appreciate and celebrate that victory, but they still got work to do, right? That's the thing that we've said. That's the thing that I've come into the season saying a lot with the Chicago Bulls is that they got to continually show us. We can't just be and rest on these wins. They need to show us with a sustained period of time. We need to see that from the Bulls. And in the first half, they continued and showed that pretty well. Second half, not as much. The ultimate Rage says, finally a great defensive game from the Bulls. Definitely agree with you there, Rage. P. Will is not trash. Y'all haters agree. Like, people just don't actually understand basketball to say that. He's not great, right? I'm not saying that he's like this great world beater that we need to see him develop into, but he's not trash at all. We most definitely going to be on ESPN tonight. Yes, A Mingo, and for the right thing, brother, and for the right thing. Joe the Blacksmith, I agree with Melvin. Play the game the right way. Defense across the league have so much practice guarding DeMar. ISO, it's not as effective. Yeah, teams know. And the smart defenders, when it comes to DeMar, they know not to bite on the pump fakes. They know just to keep their arms up, stay straight up. And DeMar usually bounces into their chest and still takes a difficult shot. So defenses have woke up to that. So we need to see us adjust to that as well and use other players. Smear 60, dude, I'm not happy at all. We don't have the talent to contend or the assets to rebuild. We're literally stuck in being mediocre. I have no belief in this team, and this result won't change that. Smear 60, I understand you, bro. Like I said, I no longer can completely fight against pessimistic Bulls fans. But to say that we don't have the assets, no, we got the assets to rebuild. We definitely do. Keep in mind, it's not a full rebuild that's needed. This team doesn't need a full, even if this season ends unfavorably for the Bulls, which we very well may be on the path to, we don't need to go a complete rebuild. Don't let the narratives around the Bulls make you confused on, we don't need a full rebuild. That's not what we need. That's not what we need in any case. We need to retool. We need to balance out this roster, fix some holes that we do have, but a full rebuild is not needed. Danny P, when P. Will's aggressive, and that was what we saw a little bit of stretch there, right? Where P. Will, like right before he said that I can become a star in this league, right before that, and he had that decline, we saw P. Will starting to use his body well defensively, bumping people at the right spots, not getting foul calls, throwing them off their path, taking people off the dribble, shooting the three well. Again, much like with Io, I think P. Will got a bit of a confidence decline. Hopefully he said he builds that out as well. Shane O'Mac says, hey, I know we're all hyped about this game, but I got to ask you, did we finally find the problem with this team? It might be Debo. If you've been watching me for a while on this channel, I've been pointing out the things that Debo does to her. He does a lot to help this team. I don't want to make it seem like it's all bad, but he does do, especially defensively, especially with some of his decision-making offensively when he takes shots is cool. But some of the decisions he makes defensively is some of the worst I've seen in basketball, especially off the ball defense. The ultimate Rage says, won both games on a back-to-back two, needed that at this point in the season. Yep, absolutely agree with you, brother. Yes, please. The Knicks beat us bad. I want them next. We need that revenge against the Knicks next. We can't not go and get our revenge against the New York freaking Knicks. I hate the Knicks. I told you guys, there are a few franchises in sports that I legitimately hate. The Packers are one of them. The Knicks are another one. I legitimately hate those I wish nothing good on those franchises at all. I just don't. Call me petty, call me whatever. I don't care. I hate those franchises. So it is what it is there. Backdoor Payne says, hey, when Trey shimmied on that blown coverage, glad they lost. Bro, I mean, but you can't blame him, right? Because that was one of the most boneheaded decisions on defense I've ever seen. How does Zach and Io both are there on Trey and they both decide to leave him? And Trey just sat there and was like, and there was a second where Trey was like, wait, is this for real? Like, it's crazy, man. It's literally crazy. Straight up, P. Will's jumper was just as clutch as Zach's two shots. Agree with you, brother. Wholeheartedly agree with you. Did you see Terry on Trey Play Terry was locked. Listen, Dalen Terry has some defensive skill. I'm telling you guys, if anybody, and I'm not comparing Dalen Terry to Jimmy Butler. I'm just comparing how I feel like Dalen Terry's work ethic, he's going to max out on his potential. Whatever his top level potential is, he is going to hit that just by the way that you can tell he puts in the work. Leonard Thomas, Bulls are back. We love you, Haize. Keep bringing that fire. I appreciate you. I love you too, Leonard, bro. Push Forward TV. Trey's cockiness is what makes him a bitch, and that buzzer beater had me screaming, fuck Trae Young, need to invest in a private barber with that shitty ass hair. Damn it, we've been killing Trae. Brandon Storeball, I don't know if you're new here, brother. Thank you for joining. He does Jay Reed. Also, he doesn't like Zach. I don't know what you're talking about there. I must have missed something. Smear60 says, bro, DeMar almost sold us again, bro. I feel you. I definitely feel you. Sydney Wallace asks, hi, Haize. How many games away are we now from a playoff spot? Let's take a look at the stand. Keep in mind, not everything's updated. There's still games being played today. But right now, the Bulls are 1.5 games back from a play-in spot. They're 1.5 games back from the 10th seed. They're technically 5 games back from being the 6th seed and being out the play-in totally. So that's why when people say the season's over with for the Bulls, it's really not. It's not over with at all. DJ Jones says, if that ball had hit the rim, I wouldn't be toasting right now. I.O. Silver. Hey, bro, I feel you on that one, man. Popovich absolutely has a better lineup than Trae Young. Trae Young doesn't get a lineup. He doesn't get a taper. He doesn't get faded. He just literally just lets that dirty Q-tip hair. His hair literally looks like somebody set somebody's nut sack on the top of a neck and drew a face on it and kept it moving. Danny P, it's not hate. You need to understand the difference between evaluation and hate. Hate is saying, oh, DeMar DeRozan is never going to win. DeMar DeRozan is the type of player that's never going to, you can't win. Your franchise is always going to be stuck if you have DeMar DeRozan. That's hate. Evaluation is saying DeMar sucked defensively. DeMar got blown up on 3 assignments. DeMar made a boneheaded play trying to force a shot. That's evaluation. We need to stop as a community using the word hate when it's evaluation. Everything ain't hate. Everything ain't slander. We got to stop that. Ain't nobody hated on DeMar. DeMar's game hated on DeMar. The way DeMar does it. How about instead of worrying about people hate on DeMar, you look at the defense that DeMar lacks to play. DeMar has defensive-itis, meaning that motherfucker doesn't play defense a lick. So, no, that's not hate. That's not hate. Ben Paul in the building with the super chat. We got some fighter in us. Let's go. Yes, the one thing that I've been saying, Ben Paul, and thank you for the super chat and supporting the channel, brother. The one thing that I've been saying was my biggest concern with this team is questioning the heart of this team, questioning the determination. This team, while they gave up an 18-point lead that they shouldn't have, this team fought back in a way that you can't question their heart, and they got the win. They're starting to discover that heart back, and hopefully they realize by playing with that heart, you're going to win games. Io showing the heart, this team needs to play with all 4 quarters. I like Io said in the post-game interview that we know what we're capable of, and let's continue to build on that win. That's all it boils down to. It's building on the win, not resting on it, not going back to the things that maybe feel safe, and that's the isolation ball. We need to get away from that. And I will commend the Chicago Bulls when they went down by, 6 or 8 points, that they did not all of a sudden go heavy isolation. They did do it for a couple of plays, but they did not allow that to just become their offense is the heavy isolation game again. That shows that they are trying, between the coaching staff, between the players, they're really trying to adopt a new play style, and that's where this team is going to find success at. The real Don P says, P. Will with the 11-8 near dub out there. Exactly. Cornelius Gobber, can you see me now? You see me now? The Chicago Bulls went gangsta in that second half. In the fourth. I wouldn't necessarily say in the second half, but I got you with that one. Chopping it up, Chicago, big bro in the building says, hey, it's great W tonight, but you're right. We need to win Friday. Yes, we need to win Friday. We have to. Plant-Based Ministry says, super chat, thank you for supporting the channel, brother. Rush were trash tonight. Absolutely trash. Absolutely trash. Auntie's in the building, says, got to play better, though. DeMar got to share that fucking ball. Agreed with you. Nick Tolliver, Billy Donovan made a good point. Confrontation is always yelling and fighting. Sunday, they probably had an aggressive "your shit stinks too" talk amongst everyone, and Zach's been playing better D since. Yeah, and let's not act. There's been games this season where Zach has played excellent D. I said it before. Zach has had more sub 100 defensive rating games, meaning sub 100 is good. The lower defensive rating is good. He's had defensive ratings under 100 more times already this season than what he had all of last season. So he's improved some defensively. He just hasn't been consistent. Ali Fout says, Haize with the best Chicago Bulls content, period. Thank you, bro. You already know that means the world to me. Thank you for supporting the channel. Also, my brother. All right, let's try to catch up with the chat. Bathor Payne says, why do people keep saying the team has no assets to improve? It's not like we traded every day. People think because the Bulls traded a couple first-round picks that, like, we don't have our own first-round pick this year. We have our own next year. We don't have it the year after that. And then we have our own first-round picks for the foreseeable future after that. So, you know. Corey Mays says, Haize, I know the team's going crazy in the locker room. This may be when Io step up his game. I would love to see him become the fourth option. Let's go, young bull. Hey, you got to build on top of confidence. I'm not ready to thrust him into being the fourth option yet, but hopefully this is a confidence builder for him for sure. Super chat. No do say tonight. We going Crown Royal XO. Matter of fact, do not leave. I'm going to go grab so I can take a shot with you guys. Do not leave. I'm just going to turn on my camera real quick so I can go grab some alcohol. Do not leave. And we back. And we got the Class A Azul in this bitch. We popping the good shit tonight. We got a dub. We got revenge. It's tequila, by the way, for those that don't know what this is. Salute. That's a hell of a shot. The Ultimate Rage says, fuck the Knicks and the Packers. You already know I completely agree with you on that one, brother. Big Kev says, terrible play call from coach at the end. Zach should have been the go-to in the clutch tonight. Going to the Debo. Get the rebound play was stupid from a secret extension BD, but I'm happy we got the W. Yeah, and you know, probably on tomorrow's episode, the pre-recorded episode, I'll talk more about that play call down the stretch, but right now, we're just having fun celebrating the win. Omar, everyone is happy because guess what? To get above 500, you have to fucking win. That's why. What the hell? I get it. I understand and sympathize with pessimistic Bulls fans, but stupid ass comments like that, it's like, come on, man. Come on, fam. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I already read that one. Come on, Nick, that's not like you to leave the same comment twice. You know I'm going to get to you, brother. Trey's hair reminds me of Fire Marshal Bill from In Living Color. It's so thin, it's like it was on. Wow, the fire. First of all, shout out to you for the Fire Marshal Bill reference. That's a fire ass reference. So you got it from me on that one. But damn, that's hilarious. If you're an OG Bulls fan from the 90s, you don't fuck with them bum ass Knicks. Listen, I hate the Knicks, man. I really do. I do not mess with the Knicks at all. Nick Tolliver, nothing is easy in the NBA, but effort and heart make things easier. We turn it over a bit more now because of how much we pass. The team is waking up. We have a living, breathing franchise yet again. Hey, we still gotta string more together. We still gotta string more together. And I'm not saying the Bulls need to win like 8 in a row. Even if they lose against the Knicks and then win 2 more after that, that's the type of streak that we need to see from this team for sure. Hey, said Nick Tolliver says, I'm taking one too. Chopping it up, Chicago says Kobe White been balling both ends. Kobe White's been, like I said, he's still not shooting consistently, but he's doing things that you want to see from a bench player and having the right impact. Haize went to destroy a winger 6. No, I'm not. Come on now, I'm not being that fat, bro. The Ultimate Rage says, damn, Haize doing it extra big. Hey, man, we got it. Chopping up, Chicago says, not the big, expensive tequila on a single barrel jack tonight. Hey, tequila is my drink of choice. That's a sipping tequila. I shouldn't even shot that. This is a sipping tequila. I'm definitely about to fill this halfway through doing Locked On Bulls. Just watch. PDB says, that was a triple. Hey, man, I'm a drinker. This is what I do. Let's see what else we got. MJG23 says, I loved DeMar last season, but man, he's really just draining me this year. If we swapped him with a 3-and-D player and actually ran the offense, we should probably be in better spots this season. I mean, it's not all on DeMar, right? But he does affect the offense in a way that is negative for some of the other players. That's just real. Good win tonight. We play the Knicks next. We got to lock in on the perimeter defense, allow no threes, and don't make Grimes look like prime Steph Curry. Completely agree with you. DJ Jones, Haize, even the coaching impressed me. Thanks for the challenge, Billy. Yeah, Billy stepped up. JD8 says, losing against the Knicks is not an option. I love the energy there, bro, because I hate the Knicks. I hate the Knicks, man. And I do not want to lose to the New York Knicks. I can't lose to the New York Knicks. By the way, you know me. And this isn't a petty thing because I love Big Dave and Matt. I wouldn't have Locked On Bulls if it wasn't for them. But I love that we beat CHGO and live viewers every single night. There's a game. I love that. And I'm sorry. It's just it's competitive nature of me. I love that there's a big organization at CHGO. And our little production here at Chicago Bulls Central beats them in post-game live viewers every single night that we both broadcast. I love you guys for that. Love you guys for that. Nick Tolliver, I love DeMar. I just think people are going to realize he isn't a championship piece, but we can constantly be a playoff team with him until he takes the decline. Honestly, if they all play this way, I agree with. The thing is, right? And I said this, if when DeMar's contract is up, if he does want to stay with the Chicago Bulls, fine. If he can embrace a bench role at that point, not saying now, I'm not saying bench DeMar, I'm not saying coming to next season benching DeMar, but if DeMar does say, hey, I want to go ahead and finish out my career here in Chicago, I've been here, at that point it'll be 3 years, I hope that he's willing to come off the bench, because I hope at that point in time we have young players ready to step up and take on a bigger role in the offense. That's what I hope. Jamal Robinson, applaud the Bulls for winning 2 on a back-to-back. This was a big step while missing 5 guys. Got to get up to 48 minutes of defensive intensity. RIP Norm Van Leer. Completely agree with you, brother. One thing I love the most is that if you notice, Billy Donovan was clapping on the bench at some plays. You never see him show that much excitement. Hey, listen, he was doing more than chewing gum tonight. That's for damn sure. T-Rog, or T-R-O-G, however you say it, my one-stop shop for Bulls news and family. I appreciate you, bro. Definitely appreciate you. D-Dub, Haize, did you catch the Lonzo interview? It actually sounded like he's finally making some progress. You come on now, bro. I watch everything Bulls. Of course I do. And on tomorrow's pre-recorded episode, we'll be digging into that for sure. SP says, I'd be shocked if we win 3 in a row. I'll admit I have no hope. Hey, bro, listen, with the way that this team played, I completely understand your issues there, right? I cannot sit there and take any issue or say you're tripping for not believing this team can win 3 in a row, especially against a team that beat us 2 games back to back. But hopefully, listen, if the Bulls do beat the Knicks, they can definitely beat Houston, a young team, a young talented team, but a team that's not winning that many basketball games. They're 9-22 on the season. The Bulls very well could be riding a 4-game winning streak when they play Milwaukee at home December 28th. Let's see. But at the end of the day, you got to take it 1 game at a time. The Bulls have 1 more game left before Christmas, and that's against the New York Knicks. Let's hope they take care of business. Do you think LaVine gets traded? No, I don't think LaVine gets traded at all. Not this season. I mean, future, we'll see what the future holds. You never know. But do I think he gets traded? No, it's not happening. This win is so satisfying knowing what the Hawks did to us last game. Yeah, it absolutely is, especially the way that the Bulls won. Yeah, it sucks that they gave up an 18-point lead. Don't get me wrong. That completely sucks. But it is what it is there. Producer HAC says, taking a shot of Yamakaze Japanese whiskey for the guys. Bro, I love Japanese whiskey as well. I have a bottle of that in there. There are talks about Caruso being too injury prone. Do you see this as an issue? It doesn't surprise me. A player that gives it their all will get hurt along the way. No, with the way that Caruso plays, I cannot be surprised at all that he gets injured regularly. He lays it all out. Now, this time, this was not his fault. This wasn't even that, that was just a weird injury. But, let's hope that he's probably going to go in concussion protocol. Do not be surprised if he goes in concussion protocol. If he does, we probably won't see him again until after Christmas. At the earliest, maybe even not then. Chris Carvino says, we fall back, which I'm good with. Teams go on runs. It happens. Yeah, but that bit of a run was deep. But I feel you. I hope they don't trade Caruso. I literally paid $200 for a real jersey of his, and Zach signed it. Wait, you paid for a Caruso jersey, and Zach signed a Caruso jersey? That's crazy. That's wild. Oh, Caruso is also in concussion protocol. So, yeah, like I said, I didn't know that it was official. Do not expect to see Alex Caruso anytime soon. Seriously, maybe if he passes the benchmarks after the Christmas game, but we very well may not see Caruso again until we face Detroit December 30th if he's in concussion protocol. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that. So maybe that means that opens some minutes for Dalen Terry. We'll see when Goran Dragic comes back. But we'll see what happens there. Damn, he's officially in concussion protocol. Well, he says that he's being checked for a concussion. I don't think he's officially in the concussion protocol yet. But if he does enter the concussion protocol, we're not going to see him for a minute. Keith, don't miss. I'm mad, but not that mad about them giving up an 18-point lead. This is the second night on a back-to-back. To be fair, I feel you there. BDB says, like off-ball movement, though, not like trades. I feel you, bro. Richard Crook, I'm starting to get the last year Celtics vibe from this team now. I think that the Heat game was the blueprint of something great to come, but we'll see 2023 around the corner. Let's turn it around. Hey, bro, it's all going to be proven. That's the thing. It's all going to be proven on the court. Everybody talking about this Lonzo interview. I got to go check it out. But this live stream is important right now. That's from Simba. Listen, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Casey Johnson made a tweet saying he's in concussion protocol. All right, let's check out Casey Johnson's Twitter real quick. Let's see what he says. Oh, yep. Confirms this was just 12 minutes ago. Bulls PR confirms Caruso's in concussion protocol. Yep. So we're not gonna have Caruso for a minute, y'all. So that means we're gonna be without Caruso for at least a week. So a week to 10 days, I think is usually what it is. So we're gonna be without Caruso for a minute, y'all. Michael Tina says, how do you like Dalen Terry's play tonight when he got some minutes? It was cool. It's hard to gauge a player in only 5 minutes of play. I do think that he showed that he's able to hound people defensively for sure, but it's really hard to really dig in and really kind of figure out a player's play style with only 5 minutes. But he didn't look lost out there like he did that one game. So that's a sign in the right direction. I do think him getting a lot of minutes down in G League has helped calm him down a little bit. I like the defensive intensity Terry brought when he got into the game. There was a moment where he got switched onto Trey, and he was giving that guy trouble. Listen, Dalen Terry's tall for positionally, right? 6'7". He long, over 7 foot wingspan, and we know he's a dog. Dalen Terry has all the potentials to be a solid defender, if nothing else in this league, right? Somebody said this one time, a more athletic Tony Allen. That's the bare minimum. That's not even the ceiling. That's the bare minimum. If we talk about ceiling wise, Dalen Terry has Mikal Bridges type ceiling. And some people may say, well, that's not huge. I don't necessarily think Dalen Terry is going to turn into a superstar level player, but with his work ethic, I can see him maybe having a Jimmy Butler type, maximizing his potential. We just got to see. We got to see. But luckily, we're going to see it here in a Chicago Bulls uniform. Haize, I'm not happy with that the Nets are playing so damn good. 7 wins in a row. Was not wishing Kyrie and KD much success. They go from wanting to be traded to the hottest team in the league. Listen, where it is right now, I'm not even going to lie to you, bro. I don't care about other teams right now. This team got so much that they need to fix and turn around. I don't care what other teams are doing. I don't care that other teams are turning it around or having better seasons than us right now. I need this team to figure their shit out and be consistent in figuring that shit out. That's just where I'm not saying you're wrong for looking at it, because eventually we're going to have to play them. But I just right now I need this team to turn it around. DJ Jones says, Haize, being without Caruso may be a blessing in disguise for Io Silver. Well, I don't know, blessing in disguise. I do think it's going to thrust him back in the starting lineup, and he's going to get back into the starting lineup after a game that should very well build his confidence considerably. Gordon's going to be back in the lineup as well sooner rather than later. I think this may open some time for Dalen Terry. Kobe's been playing pretty solidly, but let's hope that Io DeSumo builds upon this for sure. Bath or Payne, Dalen needs to gain at least 10 pounds. Well, most players in their first true offseason, they gain a lot of muscle. What Io DeSumo gained 8 pounds of muscle this offseason, expect Dalen Terry to put on at least 6 pounds of muscle this first offseason. As soon as the Bull Central guy goes on vacation to Hawaii, we start winning. Maybe he should stay on vacation. I think he tweeted something like that after last night's game as well. But, stuff happens the way that it happens, man. That's all I can say with that. Haize, what do you think are the keys to winning next game against the Knicks? We can't lose again to those motherfucking Knicks and Jalen Brunson. Shout out to Billy for stepping up. Hope AC recovers nicely. I think it's playing the way that the Bulls have been playing. Given the solid defensive effort, the concerned defensive effort that they've been giving, playing as a team, moving the ball around, taking smart shots, taking maybe less shots at times, but smarter shots. That's what we need to see from the Chicago Bulls team consistently against any team, be it the Knicks or any other team. JDH right now says, I feel like this team is so precarious that we can't afford to lose anyone right now. AC, DJJ, IO, no one. Damn, I feel you, bro. Definitely feel you there. Alana says, the one game I missed. No, Alana, you missed a lot of games with your sleepy ass. But, I'm just anxiously waiting for the locker room video. Oh, it's coming. I'm definitely posting it on the channel when it comes out as well. Mr. Bad Guy, I can see Terry becoming more like a Pippen type player. Listen, we got to see more from him before I'm ready to make any type of comparisons like that. We got to see so much more from him and more consistently before we're ready to compare him to one of the greats, right? No way you missed it. Oh, what did I miss? Alana says, the one I actually have to miss because of work. Okay, it's because of work. We can forgive you a little bit there. You get a little bell there. Vincius Lynn says, shout out from Brazil. Thank you for supporting all the way from Brazil. I appreciate that. Dalen Terry was in Las Vegas yesterday playing a game for the Windy City. Remember that? Yeah. But this team did play a back-to-back, so that kind of puts him in the same position as the rest of the team. Do you feel this would have been a near blowout if Caruso didn't go out? I do think that the Bulls don't give up the lead. I still think they give up the lead because that's just the Bulls, but not as much as they did. Whereas the Atlanta Hawks took over and were leading by 6 at one point, I think that lead gets down maybe to 8, and then the Bulls battle back. The ball, it wasn't just the defense. Ball movement kind of staggered there for a little while as they were figuring it out without Caruso. The defense definitely staggered, and Caruso just makes crazy plays. But I'll tell you this, would Io have even been in the game if Caruso didn't go down? You got to ask yourself that as well. Got to ask yourself that also. So, it kind of is what it is there. You got to take it all together. Michael Tina says, what almost lost us the game were those long rebounds that gave the Hawks second chance opportunities. Really need to get those rebounds. That, and also the Bulls they have trouble defending athletic players on pick and rolls. I wouldn't say it's the pick and roll overall, but athletic players on the pick and roll, those bouncy players, they have some trouble there for sure. Goon in the building says, Billy got to start benching Debo ass for real. He benched everybody else. Listen, you got to keep that same energy, right? Jamal Robinson, shout out to Drummond for 11 boards off the bench. Yes, leading the Bulls in rebounds off the bench as well in this game. Shay in the building says, can we show Patrick Williams some love tonight because he made John Collins look like a non-factor? You know what? What was John Collins' stats in this game? I didn't even look at that. John Collins, 2 of 5 for 4. Wow. Hey, listen. Yes. The Trey lob killed us every time. Yeah, the Bulls got to defend that much better. The Bulls fucking ball watch and lull themselves to sleep with the ISO shit, and then they remember to play team ball again. Well, it wasn't much ISO in this one. They did briefly go to ISO, as I talked about earlier, for sure, but they came out of that pretty quickly today. Hi, bro. How are you doing? That was another good win by the Bulls tonight. I agree with you, bro. Definitely a solid win from the Bulls, and a win that was much needed on top of that. The Bulls needed this win. Let's be clear there. John Collins with 4 damn points, brother. Yeah, it was crazy. Crazy. And people were saying Pat Will sucks. Like, that's how I know people don't understand the game of basketball. Remember yesterday's live stream and pointed out that Patrick Williams defends bigger guys much better. And if you look at the last game against the New York Knicks, he gave Randall. Shay just loves patting himself on the back, bro. Shay literally one of those people that will pull $1 out of his wallet and be like, remember I told you guys I had $1 2 days ago? No, but I love Shay. Shay, you know I love you, bro. But yeah, I mean, Patrick Williams does do better against bigger guys because he doesn't have lateral quickness to always switch on guards, and he's starting to understand how to use his strength and his body way better. I think they need to have more fights and arguments in the locker room. Billy said now at the press conference that confrontations are necessary, and they are, especially when your team's failing. You need to be able to hold each other accountable. You need to be able to bump heads respectively, but to wake the other team members up to what's going on. The Bulls made an adjustment with the drag screens for Trey. That confused the defense on the backside with the lobs. Yep, and they need to do a better job at identifying, and I think they did. They eventually came to it in a little bit. I still think P. Will going to be a star, to be honest. He's so young. Patience. Ben Paul, I agree with you. For all the Bulls fans that say we gave up on Laurie too early, for all the Bulls fans that say they wish we would have kept Wendell, for all the Bulls fans that say that they wish we would have kept Bobby Portis, stop giving up on young players just because they aren't superstars in their 3rd or 4th years. Sometimes it takes longer for people. P. Will was so young when he came into the league, and like I've been telling people before too, P. Will wasn't one of those players that been playing ball his whole life. He came to basketball late. I think he didn't start playing basketball until high school. So it takes a minute sometimes for players. So just be aware of that as well. And John dropped the rebound that fell to Ayo for the game. Hawks fans really don't like him. I know they really want him gone. Listen, they can take Tony Bradley for him. I wouldn't mind him coming off the bench for the Bulls. But that's all we'll give you for him. Nick Bohr says we on a winning streak now. We going to the finals. That's hilarious, man. Real One DC says Bulls will have to pay my medical bills for all my heart palpitations. You and me both, brother. That's crazy. He's effing 21. Chill. Exactly, bro. A dick contusion. That's what he had. That is what the injury was. They said it was a lower abdomen abdominal strain. No, it was a dick contusion. That's what it was. You can't tell me no different. I buy it too. Pat looks like he's just a silent killer. I expect him, if given some latitude, to turn into an 18-point per game player immediately. I told you guys, the stats are there. When P. Will takes double-digit shot attempts per game, it came down. Coming into the season, when he got in double-digit shot attempts, he's averaged 18 points per game. After this season, it's come down some. He averages 16.7 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists when he gets double-digit shot attempts. That's what he averages when he gets those amount of attempts for his career. There's a hell of a player inside of Patrick Williams. I didn't compare him to Pippen, but I said I can see him becoming a Pippen. That's comparison, though, bro. I get what you're saying. You're making the distinction between, you're not saying he can be Pippen, but a Pippen-type player. That's still making a comparison in a way, but I get what you're saying there. Definitely get what you're saying. Why Trae Young mouth off after every play? Because he's a bitch, and he's probably used to having a dick in his mouth, and because he doesn't have one in there live during games, he just keeps jaw-jacking. Another game where the big three score over 20 points. I doubt this will be sustainable, but I just hope the team continues to feed Vooch the ball. Vooch is basically automatic when he's in the post. And he's, like I said before, he's one of the smartest IQ players we have on this team offensively with making the right pass at the right time. Bro, when he's in the post, it's disgusting. Just wait. Completely agree with you, bro. Statistically, P. Will has been our best three-point shooter. However, I do think he shouldn't settle on those kickouts, get to the cup. Completely agree with you there, Jamal Robinson, 100%. What? No. There's no way the Memphis Grizzlies are giving up Desmond Bane. What would make you think they're going to give up Desmond Bane? Jamal Robinson, he tries. If you recall, P. Will was traveling a lot on closeouts when he's trying to go to the hole. That part of his game will come. Completely agree with you there as well. Completely agree with you. Keith Don't Miss says, laughing my ass off watching these highlights over this nigga Trae is talking crazy after every shot he makes. Shake him. Yeah, and that's why he only scored 5 points in the second half. Take that. I know the season has been rough. What are the Bulls missing? If you could make one move, what would you do? If I can make one move for this team, again, I'm trying to keep it in the realm of realism. It'd be trading for Jared Vanderbilt or PJ Washington. Ricky Fontaine says, bro asked for Memphis' second best player. That's crazy, bro. Do you think Patrick Williams should develop a post game because he looks strong enough to do it? I think Patrick Williams could develop into a 3-level scorer. I definitely think when you look at the way that his dribble has improved, when you look at the way that he's been able to shoot the three-pointer at times, and if he can develop a post game, absolutely, for sure. Brendan Mitra says, for all his faults, I think Drummond should have more of a consistent role on the team. I definitely agree with you there, bro. Definitely agree with you. Boss take losses need Jeremy Grant in the Bulls jersey. Yeah, if you want us to not have much passing because he's a black hole on offense, I'm good on Jeremy Grant. That's some 2K logic. Desmond is way too valuable for Memphis to be traded. Absolutely, bro. That's crazy. No, he needs to take the threes. He just needs to take them. He needs to take smart threes. I'm not going to ever shit on Zach LaVine for taking intelligent threes. He only took 2 threes in this game. So he's starting to get back into being that player. He took 16 shots and only 2 of those were 3-pointers. That sounds like a good balance to me. I would want him to take more threes than what he took in this game, honestly. Ben Paul, it is developing a post game. That's what I'm talking about. When it works, he's shown crazy flashes in the post. Yeah, and then what I like from P. Will that I've seen too, especially as a big man, that little push floater that he does at times, it hasn't become like a strong weapon in his arsenal yet, but I like that because he gets so much extension on it and his arms are so long, it's almost an unblockable shot. People has to become a better rebounder. No, he's a pretty good rebounder. He just, keep in mind, Billy Donovan keeps him on the post. I said this in a video before. P. Will, and I'm gonna bring it up real quick, so just so I can make sure that I'm keeping myself honest. But when P. Will's in position to get rebounds, he's actually, I think, in the 90th percentile. Well, let me give me 1 second. There's this. So defensive rebounds, he's not as good defensive rebounding. So that is an issue. But for offensive rebounds, for rebounds that he's in position to get, he gets 56% of those, which puts him in the 95th percentile in the NBA. Billy Donovan just keeps him out on the perimeter. If Patrick Williams played closer to the basket, he'd get double-digit rebounds easily. Wow. Trae Young really got a Duke Blue Devils chin. That, sir, is hilarious. That's funny. That's funny as fuck, sir. That is funny. Bath or Payne, that's what I was getting at. P. Will is rarely in position for rebounds. That's just how the offense uses him. We litty, absolutely. All right, listen, I got to get ready to shut this down. I'm supposed to only go 45 minutes so we can get on Locked On Bulls, but we're going to do another shot. Class A Azul in the building. I'm not going to do a triple this time, though. We're going to do a more traditional shot. That's still more like a double, but shit, it's my sipping tequila. I'm going through it too fast. Salute. Woo! I love tequila. All right, that is it for me for tonight, guys. But you can catch me over on Locked On Bulls here in a couple of seconds. Me and Pat the designer will go live over there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you follow us on every social media platform at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullscentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text and or voicemail for our mailbag episodes, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. Like I like to end every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See red, y'all, and peace.